Every driver in Baguio knows Loakan Road. They know the curves. They know the pine trees leaning over the asphalt like they are listening. They know the long spaces between the streetlights, where the road disappears for a few seconds before the next pale bulb catches it again. And they know one rule. You do not drive Loakan Road alone past midnight unless you have no other choice. Manny never believed that rule. He had been driving a taxi in Baguio for 11 years. He knew every bend from the airport road to the darker stretches where the houses thinned out and the pine trees took over. He had heard the stories from older drivers. A woman in white, a passenger who vanished, a fare that ended at a road that no longer existed. He called all of it nonsense. Ghost stories were what tired drivers told each other over coffee. So Manny took the late runs other drivers refused. That was how he met her. It was a little past 12 when he saw her at the second curve. She was standing on the shoulder of Loakan Road, just beyond the reach of a flickering streetlight. There were no houses nearby, no waiting shed, no sorry store, no reason for anyone to be standing there. She wore a white dress. It clung to her body as if she had walked through heavy rain, though Baguio had been dry for 3 days. Manny slowed down. For a moment, he told himself not to stop. Then the woman lifted her head. Not her hand. Her head. As if she already knew he had seen her. Manny pulled over. The moment the taxi stopped, the back door opened. He had not unlocked it. She slid into the back seat without a word. The smell came first. Wet pine, cold soil, and something old, like a room that had been closed for too many years. Manny looked at her through the rearview mirror. She sat with her hands folded on her lap. Her face was pale, but not the pale of someone cold. It was the color of something kept away from the sun. Her eyes were open, but she was not looking at him. She was looking straight ahead, not at the windshield, not at the road, at something inside the cab that Manny could not see. He cleared his throat. "Where to, ma'am?" She did not answer. The taxi idled on Loakan Road, engine humming softly, pine branches moving above them, though there was no wind. Manny asked again, "Ma'am? Sanpo?" The woman's lips parted. For a few seconds, no sound came out. Then she said the name of a street. Manny's hands tightened on the steering wheel. He knew the name. Every old Baguio driver knew the name. But that street had not existed in years. It had been renamed long before Manny started driving. Some said the old road had been closed after a body was found near the pines. Others said it was never officially closed at all. People simply stopped going there. Manny forced a laugh. "Old nam po yun, ma'am." The woman said nothing. He drove anyway. The cab moved deeper along Loakan Road. The second curve disappeared behind them. The road ahead narrowed into darkness. Manny kept glancing at the mirror. At first, he looked at her face, then her hands, then her neck. That was when he saw the marks. Not bruises, not scratches. Marks. Dark, uneven, half hidden beneath the wet collar of her dress. The kind of marks that tell a story even when the dead refuse to speak. Manny looked away. The air inside the taxi began to change. It was not the usual Baguio cold. Manny knew that cold. It came through windows and under doors. It sat on your skin. This cold came from behind him. It moved forward slowly, seat by seat, like invisible water filling the cab. It pressed against the back of his neck, then his spine, then his chest. At the third curve, the engine died. No warning, no coughing, no sputter. The headlights went out at the same time. So did the dashboard. So did the radio. Complete darkness swallowed the taxi. Manny froze. Outside, Loakan Road was silent. No passing cars, no dogs, no insects. Only pine trees black against a darker sky. Then, from the back seat, he heard her breathing stop. Not slow down, stop. Manny sat there with both hands on the wheel, listening to a silence so complete it felt alive. 1 second, 2, 3, 4, 5. His right hand searched for his phone. His fingers shook so badly he dropped it between the seat and the console. He whispered a prayer he had not said since childhood. Then the woman spoke from behind him. "You stopped." Her voice was close. Too close. Manny turned slightly. The back seat was empty. The door was still closed. There had been no sound of movement. No click. No rustle of fabric. Nothing. She was no longer behind him. She was in the passenger seat. Manny did not scream at first. His body would not let him. She sat facing forward only inches away. Her white dress was torn now, hanging from one shoulder. Her wet hair covered one side of her face. Her skin had a faint, wrong brightness to it, like moonlight seen underwater. She slowly turned toward him. Her eyes were not angry. That was worse. They were patient. The way something looks after it has waited in the dark for decades and finally found someone who can see it. She raised one hand. Her fingers were gray at the tips. Manny smelled wet pine again. Wet soil. And beneath it, something metallic, something old. His grandfather's voice came back to him then. A warning from when Manny was still a boy, listening to stories he thought were meant to scare children. If she asks for a ride, give her what was taken. If she sits beside you, do not bargain. Pay the dead what the living owe. Manny fumbled for the pouch of coins near the dashboard. His hands were useless, clumsy, shaking. He grabbed everything. Coins spilled across the passenger seat. Some fell to the floor. Some landed on her lap and made no sound at all. The woman looked down. For the first time, her expression changed. Not rage, not hunger. Recognition. As if she remembered what money was. As if she remembered being alive. Manny could barely breathe. "I'm sorry," he whispered, though he did not know what he was apologizing for. The woman looked at him, then past him, toward the black line of pine trees beyond the windshield. For one moment, Manny saw something reflected in the glass. Not the road, not the taxi. A younger woman running through the trees, bare feet, white dress, someone following, a hand over her mouth. Then the vision vanished. The engine started on its own. The headlights flared back to life. The radio hissed. Manny gasped and slammed back into his seat. The passenger seat was empty. The coins were still there. Every one of them wet. Not with rain, with something darker. Manny drove away from the third curve without looking in the mirror. The next morning, he told himself he had been tired. He told himself the cab had stalled. He told himself no woman had sat beside him with dead fingers reaching toward his face. But when he cleaned the taxi, the coins were still wet. By noon, they had begun to smell like soil. Old drivers later told him the story again. A woman had been found near the trees along Loakan Road in the 80s. No one was charged. No family came to claim her. The file was closed quietly, the way some things in Baguio are closed when the truth would disturb too many people. The Pines kept the rest. Manny still drives Loakan Road, but never past the third curve after 11, and never without a pouch of coins on the dashboard. Because some passengers do not want a destination. Some do not want revenge. Some only wait for one driver to stop and pay the fare the living never gave them.